Originally for this video, I was gonna have like video and stuff. I was gonna like make a slideshow and things of what I was gonna do. So, but like that was gonna take me too long, and I wasn't gonna get this video out in time because holidays are ending. So I just figured what I'm gonna do is just play this and like talk about it to you. So yeah, hope you'll enjoy. Now this script took me this video in fact took me like quite a while to make. So you don't need to like and subscribe. This isn't one of those videos that like I'm gonna upvote and beg that you do. Just if you enjoy it, just you know, just have fun watching it, alright? And hope you all enjoy the video. Ever since the dark age of 2012, Star Wars hasn't been the same. It was in that age that the children's movie titan Disney bought the rights to Lucas's hard work, and they sent themselves down a dark path. They created the sequel trilogy. It went as well as the GameCube on release, but would never see the cult-like obsession in the future. It was poorly made in their time and keeps becoming worse as they keep digging at rock bottom. But recently, Disney decided to abandon that era of time and instead shifted their gaze into the time of the Republic. They created a show about twins whose lives lead very differently, but ultimately change. They created The Acolyte. As of time I read the script, IGN gave it a 6 out of 10, IMDb gave it a 3.5 out of 10, and although it got 80% Rotten Tomatoes, it got 15% popcorn or whatever it means. It's safe to say that the fans weren't happy. But what do I, a loser on YouTube, think about Acolyte? Do I agree with the reviews? Do I agree with the view of the fans that it was trash, or do I side with the critics who believed it to be good? Well, let's find out. The story, in my opinion, and I'm about to be whipped over the coals for this, but isn't half bad. I mean, I in the first few episodes, I liked the idea of your twin committing crimes and everyone thinking it was you. But that turned out not to be the plot, so no one really cares about that. The real plot was of May, the assassin girl, getting revenge on four Jedi that were stationed on Brendok, her home planet, and ruined her life. For clarity, and this is very important to the story, it repeats this a billion times. Back when May and Osha, twins, were kids, four Jedi broke into their home. But what I mean is, at first it wasn't. Second time, these two guys kind of just broke in. Their names were Torben, Indara, Kalnaka, and Sol. They were suspicious of the civilization of pure women and how they had kids. Sol suspected that it was due to avergence. Now you may be thinking, "Yo, Taco Boy, what the hell is that? We don't speak nerd." Well, avergence is the concentration of the force that can create life. If I'm wrong about this, please don't kill me. I got this off a website. It was avergence that gave birth to Anakin, after all. I mean, he didn't have a father. Fatherless child. No wonder he turned to the dark side. It was revealed that this was how Osha and May were born. They were apparently the same person, but instead, they're two. They even developed a rhyme that matched this theory. You're with me, I'm with you. Always one, born as two. As above lies the stars, and below rests the sea, I give you you, and you give me me. This clearly points to the fact that they were born of a virgins. This and the symbolism of two things being similar, but indeed two different things. The moons near their planet are the same thing but different. There's two of them. And of course, there's the O in the intro. And I didn't see it myself, but apparently the Power of Two song at the end of episode 7. That was there apparently. This says it clearly. They're the same person, born of a virgins, but they're two different people. At the end of the season, we learn that Sol killed Osha and May's mother. However, we get no explanation. He just kind of just like, I was doing it to protect you, and we just didn't get a good enough reason. You also see that when he's holding the two sides of the bridge, when the whole place is burning up, he drops May so he can save Osha. It's clearly favoritism. He also lied to Osha, claiming that May started a fire and killed everyone with intent, which she did start a fire, but didn't mean to kill everyone. During the last episode, Sol confesses to his sins, all for Osha to hear. In a satisfying way, Osha uses the Force to choke Sol to death, bleeding the Kyber crystal in his lightsaber in the process. I enjoyed seeing that because the attention to detail of Star Wars is crazy. Everything makes sense until you get to the sequels, but now they're actually trying. They're trying to get back into the old rhythm, I think. And this showing Osha, sorry, seeing Osha bleed the Kyber crystal and turning to the dark side, pretty cool. Also, there's a Sith guy. Like, there's just a Sith guy. He kind of looks like that one TikToker. Like, we all know who we're thinking of. It's just he's just there. I have nothing more to say about him. So during May's killing spree, she served the Sith, whose name does not matter to me. In my opinion, that Sith person should have been like the fish woman. You remember the one at the beginning that was like friends with like mother or something? I don't know, it was the fish lady that hated on the Jedi. It should have been her, really, in my opinion. It would have made a lot more sense than just, hey, I'm a guy. She trains May to become a dark side user, but she ultimately believed that Saul should have confessed his sins to the council rather than die for them. Which is good on twisting a character that has like learned not to like trust people and like do their own thing. But it was Osha, the one who wanted to be a Jedi, who killed Saul, turning to the dark side. The season ends with Sith Guy wiping May's memory to keep the knowledge of the Sith out of the Jedi's hands. Yeah, I'm not sure how they feel about that because it gives it this scene where he forgets to put on his helmet and Greenhead Lady remembers who he is. She's like, I know him. And at the end, they kind of just said that they already know he's a Sith, so that was kind of weak. Yeah, it's a roller coaster of twists, but it has its flaws. Mostly, and this is my preference, but we've seen too many shows showing the sins of the and ugliness of the Jedi rather than the heroic side of them. Yeah, I'm kind of a hero kind of guy. I will love a story. I will give it a 10 out of 10 if it shows like how heroic a character is. Like if I get to see how they're a hero and not just like, oh, they're a hero, then like I will love it. But then again, it Star Wars has its reasons for showing this. I don't think you were supposed to like the Jedi in the Republic era. They were just kind of just like sitting there making decisions of like political decisions. They were like, acted like politicians. We all know how politicians act. It's not good. This show symbolizes it. The Jedi's aren't heroes. They're flawed warriors. They are they are supposed to be peacekeepers, but during this time they were too endorsed in trying to keep the Jedi safe, trying to like make sure they thrive and all that. And like it just didn't work in my opinion. They were like became evil and no one liked that. That's why in that scene the Sith weren't too bad. That's why they were never gonna win, even if Anakin didn't turn. They fight for peace, but they create distrust themselves. Personally, and this is just me, I like that idea. I like the idea. I also just would like just a normal story of heroes, but I don't mind the idea of like people who are trying to be heroes and trying to be good, but they're just not. They're just like upset. Also, Darth Plagueis was there. I don't know what this means for the plot, but I didn't know where else to put this, so I'm just gonna put it in here, just here. Star Wars. What do you remember of it? Do you remember the hidden wisdom in their words? The jumbled up mess of Yoda's speech. Or do you remember their skills? The grace and swiftness in their movements. Well, forget that, because the sequel trilogy invented garbage skills. Oh, you don't like that? Why not? It's just the power of each swing. You get to see how they strike. Now you don't have to imagine the power of each strike. Isn't it better? Alright, enough goofy. The sequel trilogy sucked at the choreography, especially compared to the skills of, say, I don't know, Yoda, the old man, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker, or even Darth Vader, who, let's not forget, is a cyborg. I mean, he had to, like, create his own new fighting style because he couldn't move properly. And it still looked better than the sequels. But I do have to note, Acolyte is showing, in my opinion, good signs of returning to skill. The lightsaber combat doesn't look something like Rey ever did, but it isn't something Lucas ever showed us. It's in the balance between top tier and something worse than a literal poop. I do want to say though, I saw more potential in the hand-to-hand combat between May and Osha in that last episode. If you watched it, you saw like karate skills or whatever, kung fu fighting. Me personally, I preferred that. That's what I preferred out of the combat. It was just, it felt more like fleshed out and clean, in my opinion. It just felt that there could have been more care put into it, like always. Sith guy looked like he just learned how to turn on a lightsaber, but then Soul looked like he's just barely better than the Sith guy. That last fight between him and Soul, the ultimate battle, yeah, it looked like two toddlers pretending to be Star Wars characters. It's crazy. But what I am happy about are the deaths. That might be a little grim, but hear me out. Beforehand, Ray could stab someone in the chest, fully in the heart, twist it round, up, down, left, right, stab. They should have died. But they'd be back to full health in the next 30 minutes. They did this in Ahsoka episode 1, and they did this in just all the sequel stuff. I think they did it in Boba Fett as well. I'm not sure where, but they did. But now, whenever people got stabbed, they died. Like actually on the floor, dead. That fight where May goes to kill Kalnaka between Sith guy and the Jedi, he stabs them. He actually stabs them, and they didn't die. No, like no, they did die. That was actually the best part. Seeing people die for the first time in a Star Wars show. It just goes to show that whatever happened after Order 66, it ruined it. It gave people like I don't know, like a totem of undying or something. Yeah, Disney ain't gonna let that last, so like let's just enjoy it. So, what do I, the self-entitled YouTuber on the YouTube platform, think of Star Wars: The Acolyte? I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. It's that word that you describe when it's in between, mid. Yeah, like it's not like perfect or anything. Clearly, definitely not. But it's not terrible to the point where Rey looks like she is Jedi Grandmaster. It's something like the logic of the Last Jedi makes sense. It's not bad. It's not good. I can live with it, but I'm not gonna find enjoyment in it. The only thing that I found like cool were the little references to like Anakin's birth with the virgins, Darth Plagueis, the wise, all that stuff. And Yoda at the end, that was funny. I really enjoyed that. His like ears though, that's what put me off. His ears. All in all, I think I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, like IGN. I don't know. It's not bad. It's definitely better than the sequel trilogy. Or is it? Have we been nullified to the pain of the sequel trilogy to the point that where seeing a beating is better than the sequel trilogy? Have we been scarred by the flames of poor writing to think that anything slightly better, in my opinion, is just the same thing? Or are we just upset? It could be good if you watch it again and like without the thought of the old ones. You could like enjoy it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Sequels suck. This is mid. I don't know what I'm going on about. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Special thanks to me who wrote this, and thanks to Star Wars for being there so I could write a video about it. And thanks to my kitty over here, hello, for being there, sleeping. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more reviews on stuff, get this video to 10 likes. Not a lot. I'll do another review. And more importantly, wait, this doesn't feel like a proper review. Feels like we're missing something. No, I don't know what I'm thinking about. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.